Niger's new junta on Monday accused France of seeking to intervene militarily to reinstate deposed President Mohamed Bazoum as tension mounted with the country's former colonial power and neighbors. France's foreign minister denied accusations that Paris is plotting to intervene militarily. "It's wrong," Catherine Colonna told BFM News Channel of the allegations, adding it was still possible and necessary to restore ousted Bazoum to power. Bazoum, a Western ally whose election just over 2 years ago was a watershed in Niger's troubled history, was toppled on July 26 by the elite Presidential Guard. Guard's Chief General Abdourahmane Tiani declared himself leader, but his claim has been shunned internationally, and the West African bloc ECOWAS has given him a week to hand back power. The junta on Monday accused France of plotting an intervention. In its search for ways and means to intervene militarily in Niger, France, with the complicity of some Nigerians, held a meeting with the Chief of Staff of the Nigerian National Guard to obtain the necessary political and military authorization, it said on national TV. The putschists also said 6 people needed hospitalization after the embassy security services fired tear gas against the rally. On Sunday, French President Emmanuel Macron vowed immediate and uncompromising action if French citizens or interests were attacked after thousands rallied outside the French embassy. Some of them tried to enter the compound but were dispersed by tear gas. More arrests. 4 ministers in Niger, a former minister and the party head, have been arrested by the junta on Monday. After the president was detained last week, the putschists went on the attack again and carried out more arrests, the Nigerian Party for Democracy and Socialism, PNs, said in a statement. On Monday morning, oil and mining ministers were arrested, it said. The head of the PNDS's National Executive Committee was also arrested, it said. The junta had previously arrested Interior, Transport ministers and an MP and former defense minister, the party said. It called for their immediate release, saying Niger risked becoming a dictatorial and totalitarian regime. On Sunday, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, sounded a tough warning. The bloc demanded that Bazoum be reinstated within a week, failing which it would take all measures to restore constitutional order, which may include the use of force. Russia called for the swift return of the rule of law and restraint from all parties so that this doesn't result in human casualties. Crucial ally. Niger became the 3rd Sahel country in less than 3 years, following neighbors Mali and Burkina Faso, to be shaken by a military coup. In all 3 nations, a jihadist insurgency strained fragile governance, stoked anger in the military and rained economic blows on some of the world's poorest countries. The overthrow of elected presidents has been accompanied by anti-French, pro-Russian demonstrations. Protesters say France, the country's traditional ally, has failed to shield them against the jihadists, whereas Russia would be a stronger ally. In Mali, a 2020 putsch led to a bust-up with France, which last year withdrew its troops as the junta brought in Russian paramilitaries. France also quit Burkina Faso after 2 coups last year brought in a junta that adopted a nationalist line. The withdrawals prompted France to reconfigure its decade-long anti-jihadist strategy in the Sahel, concentrating its efforts in Niger, where it has 1,500 troops and a major air base near Niamey. The latest coup, according to the putschists, was a response to the degradation of the security situation, linked to the jihadist conflict, as well as corruption and economic woes. International critics have ratcheted up pressure, targeting trade and development aid. ECOWAS has suspended all commercial and financial transactions, while France, the European Union and the United States, which has about 1,000 troops in Niger, have either cut off support or threatened to do so. Germany suspended financial aid and development cooperation on Monday, and UN humanitarian operations have also been put on hold.